So all of these concepts are made to fight you. That's why your culture has to be important. You must know your culture. And the only way you can know your culture is by having a proper comprehension of your history.
If y'all are coming from my page, y'all know. Y'all know. So like
A1's from day one.
A1's from day one. But that was like very much like Tumblr, kind of like a meme page, like just a combination of like all like text posts and stuff like that, teenager posts if anybody remembered those. But like that was happening again, like what 3K followers from that and stuff like that, which is quite a lot when you're like 12.
Hey, you get 3K and you're 12.
Yeah,
I know.
it's more than I have on my
Top of the
own
world.
page at the minute. So you know, vibes. But then I feel like I admire like influencers, content creators. I feel like a lot of people like like influencers, and I'm like, you don't give people the credit that they deserve from this. Like it's a lot more work than it looks, and there's a lot that goes into it, and to go from just like a page where you're just posting photos to money is a very interesting.
Are you making back from Instagram?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not yet.
I was gonna
She's
say,
on that, but like I'm on the up and up. You know, like it's definitely within the works. But but like I really decided within the last like year to really like take it and run, because if anyone can do it, like anyone, if you really put your mind to it, you can do whatever the hell you want. So I've been taking photos usually by myself, because like if you ever get photos taken by your friends and then you look at it and you're like, it's not the vision, it's not the vibes. I'm like, if you look at it, I'm like, so you've cut off my head in the photo. But like, thank you so much. But I content creation on my main page. It was Brooke, y'all know it with 2 W's.
Yeah, go follow that still.
And then you know, just I also started a podcast like last year during quarantine, because I was like, you know what, people always say it, I've always wanted to do it, let's do it. At the minute, like I took a break from it. Mental health, important. Take time for yourself. And also like I didn't want to fester negative vibes like from my own personal life and like the dramas in my life to go into something like that, because I feel like when you put that energy out in the world, it's not it. Like I didn't want that to represent me permanently on the internet, because that's not what I'm about.
Smart.
And I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to say things I don't mean, all of that stuff. So I was like, nah, cut the cord. We can restart. Thinking, you know, she's in the works. I might put out something within the next couple of months, but not putting any pressure on it.
We'll plug it,
because then people are going to be waiting on your door. Hey, where is it?
Y'all in my DMs every week. Every week y'all are like, so when is it releasing? I'm like, y'all need to relax.
So do you have something now that you just don't put out, or is it that you're gonna start in a few months?
I'll probably rebrand. Like very much like bottom up. Like I think it was good for quarantine to get a feel, to get a taste. And like very similar to you guys, like talk about a lot of pop culture stuff, and like, you know, LinkedIn, obviously everybody's podcast is so different. So like, I really enjoy that sort of stuff. And then TikTok, because I feel like diversifying your brand, because you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Come on, preach it.
Come on. That's my business in me. But yeah, like I feel like diversifying on TikTok and things like that, trying to put more effort into that. But like I really see it going somewhere. I've gained a lot like in the last like 3 months. Like I've gained like 300, 400 followers. Like crazy.
That's good.
Hard.
No, that's
Crazy.
great.
Like in like only 3 months really of taking it somewhat seriously. But like it's been really good. I've had so much good feedback.
That's good.
I feel
Gets
like,
you going, eh?
No, it's so good hearing that, and people are like, you know, I love what you're doing. Because like it's not your everyday suburban like whatever. It's hard to transition from someone that just posts on Instagram leisurely to someone that's posting on Instagram with purpose behind it and with vision behind it. Very like some people would say very staged, and then some people would say try hard. But to me, that's not what that is.
At what point did you move from just posting because I feel like it, to being intentional about posting stuff?
Well, I feel like definitely I really started putting in motion, like I want to say like 8 months ago. I decided I wanted to put it in motion 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But like in that, I felt like I was taking it seriously, but I wasn't like coordinating a theme, which you don't have to.
Yeah.
Of course you don't have to. You can do it however you want. Like that's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want with it. But like I feel like 8 months ago I decided, right, I'm going to really start thinking about how this is going to look, how I want to present myself and things like that. And then I feel like about 3 months ago, I really started like planning. If you see my feed now, it's very like gray themed, which is 100% on purpose, 100% planned. And I think that's what people don't understand about content creation. They're like, so you take a photo and you like just put a couple edits over it, boom, bada bing, bada boom, we got you. Like, I'm like, well, it's a bit more, a bit more than that. Like,
because even with us, like 7 months prior, like we were still trying to figure it all out before we started.
And it's so and I do a lot of research in my free time about, because you know what? The amount of knowledge you can gain from other people who are doing exactly the same thing as you is wild. And these people have been through it. They know what they're doing. They know what works, what doesn't work, what you should be doing, and what like how to grow and blah blah blah. It's crazy. Like I have a whole like notebook full of like things that, and like you never know.
And these are just social media people, like
they're just ordinary people from all over the world. Some people in Australia, some people in Melbourne, some people like straight up from like Canada or something. Like people have tried, tested so many different things, and social media is so underrated. People just they don't take it seriously, which really, like, you don't have to take it seriously, but I think you have to give credit where credit is due. Like just because someone's doing something different to you doesn't mean that's not valid.
I think when people talk about like the influencer thing, it's usually like there's a certain bracket of the influencer thing that I guess tends to cover up all of social influence. Do you know what I mean? Like that takes it's the face of it.
I think it was the foundation of it, because I think the foundation of it was established on just promoting brands. Like it was
absolutely.
The whole Fashion Nova, Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the basis of content creation. But I feel like it's diversified. But when you initially hear that, that's what you think about.
There is a certain you're seeing white, you're seeing blonde, you're seeing Fashion Nova.
Like you're just seeing clothes.
You're not seeing.
That's all I'm getting.
Exactly.
I scroll through your feed.
Yeah, and that's basically it.
Body.
And and annoyingly enough, like I feel like we don't actually think of the word influencer and what that means. You're having influence over somebody. And I think that I think that's really important in the way that like I was kind of framing me. I was like, how do I want to present myself? Because like I could just sit here and just be another model on the freaking page and being like, yep, sick. She wears clothes and she has a discount code. Sick. Love that. Like no worries. But
do you have discount codes on things?
Yeah.
What? I mean, I'm not gonna get them. But
Y'all know. Camellia Boutique, Brook 10.
Okay.
It's good stuff. It's Australian boutique.
Wait for the 20 minutes and we'll plug everything.
Plug everything
We'll plug it for real. We'll plug it for real.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like it's just, like I just feel like you have to understand that you do have influence. And I think that whatever you post is, these people are seeing you at face value. They're seeing you at face value. Whatever the heck you post, that's your brand now. That's your personal brand. So like, who are you? Boom, I'm seeing your Instagram. Oh, so she does this.
That's the Google nowadays.
It is.
It's like,
you don't go, friggin', Grace. All right, well, like I'm just gonna pull up her Instagram. I'm gonna pull up her Facebook.
And then whatever's on your feed.
What are the 3 things that you want people to get out of like initially?
Yeah, like when they see my feed.
Your page, like, what are like 3 values or 3 descriptions that you want people to get out of like this book? This is book.
Yeah. I feel like one of the really major things is like authenticity. Like that for me, above all, is so important. Like when you look at my page, when you 100%. Look at me, when you view my story, you should just be like, this girl is a normal girl.
Yeah.
This girl is just some girl that likes clothes. She likes hanging out with her pals.
Yeah.
She likes going out for dinner.
Yeah.
She likes activism. She likes talking about things that matter to her. That's the vibe I want to get. That's like the first one. The second one I feel like is probably like passion behind what I do. I think that will manifest itself with the quality of my work. I think that like when you're starting out, you're trialing things. You don't know what you're doing. You're just trialing a whole bunch of things, seeing where it goes. And I think like the third one is, I feel like just personality, like a sense of personality. Because I feel like so many times you go on people's pages and you just see nothing.
Yeah.
It's pictures, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pictures. It's just like, okay, and what?
Yeah.
And what? So what are you about? And what? It's
yeah.
boring.
True.
Like, I feel like those are things, like at any point you should be able to go on my story and get a sense of who I am. And I feel like that's what it's about, like for me.
It's probably like, okay, you've named the 3 values, yeah, and you've probably like somewhat answered it, but I would love to hear like a very plain, simple answer. Is that what content do you create, and do you feel like if I look at your page, I can know what content you create?
Well, I feel like at the minute, you can really tell that like when I say content creator, that means a lot of different things for me. Like it's based in fashion, like it's very much rooted in fashion, but that's not where it stops. It's not. And I think that you can take it so many places. I think you go through phases.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute you're really into shoes.
Yeah.
Which might sound really dumb, but like you're into shoes. Then another time you're like, I love travel, for example. I'm barely in the country at the minute we are because COVID's safe. Stay safe out there. You know, the C word.
What is it? Hey, free the gang. Free the gang.
Gem lock. But like for real, like, no, you know. But for real, like I feel like at the minute it's rooted in fashion. Because I think that at the minute is just like what I'm into. But it's also, a lot of people found my page through a lot of activism. So I feel like when you do look at my page at the minute, you're seeing fashion, lifestyle, like that sort of vibe. Like I'm still seeing where it goes. I'm still seeing how I want to plan it. I think that there are a lot of people that I follow that do it well. Like really well. And I'm like, damn, like that's the benchmark. Like I want to be at that point. I'm not there. There's no harm in saying that you're not there yet. You know, it takes time, and it takes time on like figuring out what you're good at. How to make it you.
It's progression anyway. Like it's never what it should be when it starts.
Be.
Or what could. Exactly.
Never, I'm pretty sure people like, oh, I don't know, like Shani Grimmond, like big.
No clue that is.
She's very much like when you think influencer,
Australian.
That's like one of the people that in my brain, I'm like, she was like kind of the first to do it. She also reposted me, Silk Swim. You know where it's at. What it do. But yeah, like when you see her, like I think of how she started when she was like what, like 15, 14, posting things on YouTube that she did vlogs of her and her friends. Didn't think anybody would see it. Rough looking iPhone quality, iPhone like 3. Like you know what it's at, like. But started from the bottom, now we're here. That girl's got 1 million followers. Like she's wilding out there. Like she's doing big things. So
and authenticity grows. Like that is what will attract authentic people that actually care about your content and not just about discount codes. And I feel like with like people who you're more likely to even if like say usually like a discount code for something, at least we can, at least knowing all your other content that you produce and that you put out, I know that you genuinely like the quality of that brand. You know what I mean? You're not just doing it for a bill.
Exactly. You're seeing them wear it all the time where they're not tagging them. So I can trust, like, knowing that you're a real authentic person just based off like the conversations that you have on your story, that you have with people, that the way you interact. Like I know that even if you post a brand, I can be like, okay, I trust Book's judgment in the brand because I know that she's a real authentic person. You never want to, like, why would you recommend something that is not, like, for a check? For a bag? For a bag. For, like, why? I mean, hey, don't get it wrong. I like the bag. We love the bag. We chase the bag. Important. Get your money. But at the price of your word. Like, at the price of you and your like reputation, exactly, that's your
Yeah.
integrity, that's your brand. If somebody gets the same thing that you bought or got sent to you or whatever, you get that thing and you're like, this is trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I buy this?
Yeah.
So like, I'm never going to trust anything you say again.
So, yeah.
Game over.
Mm.
Like, and I think that, and those people, sometimes they put you on blast.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, so-and-so recommended this. Yeah, trash,
Yeah.
capital T.
Yeah.
Yup. Like,
True.
they're like, lies.
Yeah.
Very much lies. So then I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And it's not worth followers. It's not worth like external gratification. None of that for like to lose who you are, your integrity, who like what you stand for.
Yeah.
It's not, and I feel like when you get lots of followers like that, I think that you start losing that mental state that it's not about the numbers. It's
Yeah.
not about the money. It's not about any of that.
Yeah.
There's
No,
no
reals, man.
And I love like the whole activism thing because we see so many influencers, especially in Australia. There
Jump
was
on
a
the
lot
bandwagon.
jumped on the bandwagon, and like some of them fell off. A lot of them fell off.
Most
So
of
it's
them
like
fell off.
there's a lot of performative activism, and it's like it's good to see someone who's obviously you're black, so you're always going to be advocating.
Gotta be.
But like
Gotta
it's
be.
good to see like an influencer like striving to continue that.
It's important. But you know what? Let me tell you something. You don't have to be an influencer to get involved.
That's true.
100%.
Talk.
Yeah.
Talk with your friends.
Yeah.
And I say this, I've said this, I've driven this home every day. I feel like it starts in your circles. It starts with the conversation with your people, with your friends, with your family. Because at the end of the day, your racist grandfather, you know, he's not watching my stories. He does not care.
Facts.
He's not using the discount code. He's not. So like
Yeah.
I feel like get involved. Speak about things that you are genuinely
Yeah.
genuinely care about, or that at least it strikes a chord within you. Where like, damn, I can't believe that this is a thing. Like these people need to know about this, because that's how I, especially at the minute with Asian hate, like Stop Asian Hate and stuff like that. Like I feel like, is that my personal community? No, but why that strikes a chord within me.
Yeah.
Like, and it gets me mad, Loki. It gets me mad
No,
when
hikey.
like black people or ethnic people who aren't from that particular ethnic group that is getting hate and stuff. You're not standing up for others, but you expect people to stand up for your cause. Let's talk about it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
gatekeeping as
Your
well.
that's an issue.
Gatekeeping
That's
oppression,
an
like
issue.
it's like
That's
And then
yeah.
don't invalidate someone else's experience as well. You know what I
Amen.
mean? Like by being like, I've been through this as well. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, like this is time and place for all.
Sit and
that.
listen.
Just sit and listen. Just sit in it.
Let's listen.
Just sit in it.
You know, like sometimes you gotta take yourself out of the situation for a minute there.
Yeah.
Hold your tongue. You don't have to relate to every single
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Exactly.
Let's sympathize.
Learn how to be compassionate for people.
Yeah.
Sometimes compassion doesn't mean like
Yeah.
it's sit and listen, bro. Then,
It's
yeah.
such a good habit to get like, and to sometimes you have to catch yourself and be like, even if it's not activism, just like, am I talking too much about myself? Yeah. Like, do I need to just be in it for them and be like, no, I feel you. Talk, rant,
Yeah.
like have your moment. Because, and it like going back to it, like I feel like a lot of the time we expect, like when Black Lives Matter was a thing, we were expecting everybody to say something. But then when it comes to this same energy for Asians, I'm not hearing as much as I should. And I'm like, look, if it's not your vibe, that's fine. Like, but I feel like if you don't say anything and you're someone who's a person of color and you somewhat feel that oppression on a different level, like I feel like we need to band together. Someone's got to fight for them, because if they were able to, you know, demolish it themselves, they probably would have.
Yeah.
They probably would have.
Yeah, and I've heard like a lot of like stupid arguments. Like even Dr. Emma was talking about like, why is the Asian community targeting black people and saying black people have to stand up when we're not the problem, it's white people. But it's like,
They stood up for us.
regardless, why can't we sympathize with people? Even if like it's like literally your enemy, you should sympathize with someone who's going through
Show
something
up.
like that.
Show
like
up.
it's not like, you know, Just show up for people. Like, we can't like gatekeep being oppressed and be like, no, it's just us, no one else. Can't.
Only we're allowed to be different.
Yeah. Like, it's not.
What
like,
you being sad for?
Yeah. I think we should always have open ears to people who are hurt. Because then it's like, you can't expect solidarity in the end if you don't also want to stand up for them, you know?
And like, where do you draw the line when it comes to performative activism?
Exactly.
You know, like.
It's like you can't stand up for everyone in true authenticity as well.
Exactly.
Like, it's like a kind of thing where you have to pick your battle as well.
Yeah.
But then people can criticize you for not picking a battle that they're concerned about.
For sure.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you can't be in everyone's lane. It's like if someone's on the left lane and you're on the right lane, you're going in your lane, you're comfortable.
Yeah,
And you're doing your thing in your lane. But then someone wants you to be on their lane as well.
Yeah.
Like helping them. But it's like, where is the line drawn between,
Facts.
hey,
I actually care about
I
this.
actually care about this.
Yeah.
So like, I don't care about this because this is not my circle of concern.
Yeah.
And this is not something, maybe I don't understand it, but like I don't feel as concerned or compelled to talk about it, but I will uplift people. I think that's where, like, it's like you can still uplift people who do care about this and can speak on it in a formative sense, you know?
And give them places
Exactly.
to go that might not necessarily be you.
Exactly. Like, I even feel like with the whole like Black Lives Matter thing, I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of celebrities felt pressure to speak on it, but they couldn't give two rats about anything that happened.
Especially influencers.
Influencers especially.
Man.
But like I feel like it would have been more constructive if they linked the videos that they saw. You know what I mean? Or people that could speak on it and be like, hey, I may not be able to speak on it from the most informative
Let me direct
sense,
you.
but let me direct you to who I have seen who speaks on it in the most informative sense.
I had so many people message me and say, why aren't you talking about this? It's not my job to speak on absolutely everything. If you want to see somebody talk about that, I feel like it's on you to go talk about it, and also go to people that are talking about it, because there's no way that not a single person on this planet, you must have heard it from somewhere.
Yeah.
So like somebody's talking about it. I think it's irresponsible to put it on other people to like talk about things that maybe they're not well educated on. They might not know the best. They might be, because you don't want them to spread misinformation. You don't want them to talk about things that they don't resonate with right now. Could just be right now, like they don't really know what's going on right now. And I feel like we put so much pressure on celebrities and people with influence and anything like that to talk about absolutely every single problem that's going on. Are you talking about climate change on your page right now? Let's talk like like are you like, what are you talking about on your page? Oh, you're talking about the nightclub that you went to last week. Okay.
But like I feel like as black communities like all over the world, I feel like we have to put in the work, because all we're ever gonna get is allyship, support, donations. There's nothing else they can do. Like, it's literally up to us to do the work. So we can't just be like, do this, do that to different celebrities, because we can't expect that from them. Like, the power comes from us. Yeah,
sure.
The power comes from us,
the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Get around it.
And it's like, we can't just continually expect people to do stuff for us.
Yeah.
When it's like, we have the key, not them.
Facts.
You know?
And
It would help though. It would help to have them.
But then, like, at the same time, like,
allyship, you know,
people
like,
get mad when a white person does something. It's like they did it the wrong way. They shouldn't have done it. White savior complex. And it's like, it becomes a fine line between like, is this right or wrong?
it's better to show up than not show up at all. That's what has to be said, you know? Show up. And if you did it wrong, or like you didn't do it in the way that the community needs you to do that, don't get defensive because somebody let you know. Somebody let you know and was like, hey.
People don't let you know though. They cancel you.
Here's my other thing. This is my other thing about black people at the minute. They're like, no, we're just getting mad. I'm like, ooh, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with just getting mad. Like, because how is that constructive?
Exactly.
You've just shot somebody right in the foot and told them enough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's that thing of like people would slander you online, but then later when you post a video of you crying, they want to say, oh, make sure you pay attention to people's mental health and stuff like that.
So which is it? Which one? Which one is it? Which one?
Like, pick a side, please.
Bruh, it's too much. I'm just, I can't. I feel like some people, we need to start giving people the, like, a bit of a grain of salt.
Yeah.
You know, room to move. And then if it's repeated behavior, you have a place to say, hey, okay, this has happened more than once.
Is it wrong? Is it wrong? Yeah, because I mean, I love what people do with social media, but is it wrong that, for example, I don't not turn a blind eye to it, but I know how I feel about it. Whenever someone comes up to me, I'll talk about it, but I don't share.
You know what? A lot of people don't. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that as long as you're content with that. And if you in your mind are okay with that. If you're not one to share, you don't have to be one to share. I'm not going to force you to be like that.
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Exactly. That's not fair. And if you're not socially inclined, a lot of guys aren't socially inclined, which I feel like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's, again, important to talk about the things that you are passionate about in your circles. Do the work. Do the work behind the scenes. Exactly. Because that's all that matters. Donate some money if that's what if you feel. And you don't have to tell people how much you donated. That's what I literally donated, like a small amount, because at the time I was getting no money. But
COVID times, hey.
It's hard out here. It's hard out here. But you know what? Anything is better than nothing. And I think that we don't give people that kind of credit, because I feel like, especially with donating, so many people were just like, you have to give like some amount, like $100. And it's like, you don't have $100. You don't have to give $100. Give the minimum, whatever you feel is right. But you know in your heart, you know where here, what's good enough for you. Because some people be like, oh yeah, 50 cents. It's like, if you're content with that 50 cents within yourself, say less.
Yeah, but it's like, so not to skip topics.
No, go for it.
Still stay on. Hey, we should still stay on that one. There was this thing about Kylie Jenner, and she had, I don't know, someone who was doing was doing some sort of business.
A makeup artist.
To make the makeup artist. Yeah.
He needed money.
And so she posted the GoFundMe link, but then people would say,
you got the money.
Why did you just pay the whole thing? Yeah, so it's like,
did you pay your friends' bills? Did you when your friend didn't have a job? Did you
fill up your friend's tank last week?
When you drove in their car, when they picked you up from your location, did you pay?
Did you? You know what's up? I just want to know because I feel like this is the thing. Yeah, celebrities yet again. Exactly. We put them on the highest freaking up. No, my guy.
Mr. Cuba's in the building.
All right.
Let's hope he stays there.
They said guest number 2. All right.
Special guest.
Cuba. Oh, my guy, UG.
He's 2 cents.
If y'all don't know, I have a phobia of dogs. I'm getting better though. I'm for sure getting better.
It's a thing. I'm getting better too. I have to know.
It's taken me so long to get to this point. Even now, like internally, freaking out.
Relax.
Internally, not okay.
Okay, we're good.
Externally, we're G.
Keep us sit. Good boy.
Okay, we're G.
Okay.
I feel like we put celebrities on a pedestal that is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
Did you pay your friend's bills? No, you did not.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's not gonna pay for her friends. It's not loose change either.
Exactly.
Nerve.
No. Audacity.
Goal.
Yeah.
Very much.
No, not again.
I swear that's mine.
He keeps eating the Oh, it's good.
Not the slobber. Okay.
He needs to go.
Difficulties, but we back. We back. We back.
Going once again. Let's go.
Nah, we're G, baby. It's fine. But yeah, we put celebrities on this pedestal, and like it's just like you didn't pay for your friend. Like we can't expect them to pay. And you know what? People think $1 billion net worth. Do y'all know that is just you? Like your net worth might be $300,000 right now, because that's all the money that you've earned in a lifetime.
Yeah.
In a lifetime.
That's not how much money she has in the bank right this second.
You have $50 in your bank.
Yeah, you have $50, but your net worth
per annually or what?
depends how you want to say it.
Overall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like your worth.
Yeah.
Like people when they're like, oh, how much are they worth? Oh, they're worth like $3 billion. Baby, they don't have $3 billion in their bank account right this second.
Doesn't mean
honestly,
that.
I'm just gonna be pissed if I'm not worth that much.
You'll be.
You want to be a billionaire?
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Yeah.
You will be hearing from my
I'm
lawyers.
trying to file a complaint right now. You guys doing to me? Yeah.
With the way that the government be taxing us.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Taxes are mad.
And
Wow.
then you earn more money just to be taxed more.
I know. What?
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
not
Scam.
talking about tax. I'm gonna get
Scam.
mad. I'm gonna get
I
mad.
mean, thank
For
God
real.
for what do you call it? What do you call it?
I don't know.
When you get the taxes back.
Tax return.
Tax return.
No, even
Like,
then, you don't get
Not
the
it
whole
being the
thing.
most like intuitive
I
way
know.
to say it, and you're just like, what is
I
that
know.
word for? What is
Yeah.
it? As if it's like a specialized word.
But yeah,
Unless you're doing the other thing, tax
this was
evasion.
like something I was thinking about recently, and it was just like, at this point, like it was so hard for me to like get over people not speaking about like issues that need to be spoken about.
Yeah.
But I've just learned that like we really don't need it.
Okay, growth.
We don't.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, growth.
Love it.
See, but I'm like, we really don't need it. And now, like, I don't care. Even if we're racist, I just have to learn to not care
Yeah.
and just do my
Do you know how
work.
much energy it takes to care?
It does a lot.
Exactly.
Do you know how much internal damage that does?
Yeah, too much.
It's a lot.
Too much.
You gotta take care of yourselves, y'all.
100%.
The only person that you got at the end of the day is you. Take care of you.
Word.
Take care of you. Because
Facts.
facts. Like you have to realize some people don't care.
That's all. Some
And-
people just piss you off, bro. That's
A lot
the
of people.
moment. It's like people are there to instigate.
There you go.
Yeah, you
just
know what I mean?
like
Like
it.
Devil's
you have
advocate
nothing to do
vibes.
today.
Yeah.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You're playing who?
Who?
Devil didn't
what?
need an advocate, boy.
Yeah.
You go being the advocate for him.
I
I'm
know.
going to heaven. You do you.
You do your
You
thing.
vibe out. That's
Yeah.
fine. But like,
Yeah.
no, for real. It's just
It takes a lot.
it takes a lot out of you. And
And it's like caring about someone for not watering your plant. You know what I mean? But it's like you have a flask of your
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
woo.
So you can't be
Words.
mad at people not watering what
Analogies.
you're meant to water.
For real.
That's like
Facts.
that's what I've come to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm not mad if you don't water the same plants that I've watered.
As long as you're doing you and
As
the
long as you're watering your plants.
plants are being watered. As long as somebody's plants are being watered.
Yeah.
Because like I can't expect you to care about everything.
Yeah. You
Because at
can't-
the end of the day, like, and it's like also like with the whole issue of like caring about like all the other issues, it's like you're gonna be watering everyone else's calling and everyone else's plants. Yours is dying.
Fill up your cup before you
Yeah.
try and fill up others.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not okay.
Because like come say like Judgment Day, God's gonna be like, hey, you wanted everyone else's calling, but
What
I
about you?
Ah,
Your purpose.
hey, hey, hey. Preach
Preach
it,
it.
Pastor.
Preach it.
Wait, like I was out here doing this, I was out here doing
Pasta.
this, but I called
Pasta.
Simon and Paul to do this.
Come
Pasta.
on, Pastor. Yes.
But it's like
Okay, everybody start singing Oceans now.
That is
Oh my
hilarious.
Oceans by Hillsong. Get it going. But for
But
real.
facts, bro. Actually.
literally, because like you're not called to do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that's such a bad thing.
Yeah.
Imagine getting to the gates and then everything that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into was not what you were supposed to do.
That was
Imagine.
the wrong call.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. Ah,
Yeah.
all that time you wasted, boy.
Literally.
Nah,
And then it's
not
like
normal.
for gratification of like humans, but then they won't remember you when you die.
It's the same vibe as
That's
like
not.
it's like doing everything but like the thing that's on your to-do list.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Like
everyone
amazing.
else's to-do list,
Oh,
you're taking
your
off
room
everyone
is
else's
clean.
to-do
That's so great. Did you shower up at work?
Yeah. You forgot.
That's so crazy. Did you do
Yeah.
the washing?
Yeah, and it's what we were. I guess we didn't get into it as much last week. But
Yeah.
it's where you put your energy.
Yeah.
Like you have to make sure that where you put it is first of all intentional, and then you have to make sure that it's the place that is meant for you. Do you know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Meant for you,
It's not. It's not. Let's be real, like, bro. There's things that Grace does. I would not
Yeah.
think of doing because like it's not in me.
It's not for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not, and then one of those things, like, she has been put on earth to do that.
Yeah.
Facts.
I've been put on earth to
do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And sometimes you put your all into it, but like that's not like you're not the best person for that job. And that's okay. And that's okay. Like
Sometimes you make the mistake.
that's okay. Like, you know, sometimes it's not for you and sometimes you put your all into something and then something else comes along and you're actually better at that than what you were with whatever else you were working on. And it's crazy to you because you're like, how was I not doing this before? Like that's insane, but like it's how life has a funny way of working, you know. And I think that a lot of the time we can do that thing where we just ignore what's going on, or like there's warning signs saying, yo, go here, there's so many arrows, so many signs, go here, and we're like, yeah, but I'm gonna do this. So I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that in a minute. But
just give me a minute.
Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah. But like, like
I feel like our society today, with all the issues going on, we just post. Like we don't actually
saturated.
we don't actually educate ourselves on the issues. And I was talking to this with Grace, like I think last year, and we're talking about like I'm not gonna post something or an issue if I don't actually understand it, know about
that's
it.
how I feel about like all the like stuff that's going on in Ethiopia and like stuff like that. I don't, even though I am Ethiopian, I don't feel well informed enough to make because I feel like that is irresponsible to make a post that you don't know anything about.
Especially in that climate.
Especially if you have a following. That is wildly horrible. And you don't know what you're spreading as misinformation.
You don't read that stuff anyway.
Exactly.
Like, you don't take the time to read it.
You're not reading it. You just saw, let's explain SARS. And they were like, sick. Like, that was the end of that. Like, you don't know anything about that.
It's so, like, it's kind of because when I post something, you never know if someone's going to DM me and be like, can you explain this to me? I don't understand. Can you explain it a bit more?
People.
What are you going to do if you don't understand? You're just going to do a quick
like,
search.
I was just posting the post.
And then you're just going to put out, like, you have, like...
I just put the direction of maps. I don't know where I'm going.
Where did you explain? Go to Google, man.
Let me point you to Twitter.
It's like these issues are so, like, we live in such sensitive times. You have to be careful what you post. Don't just post to be like, I want to look like I'm a great activist. Performative activism. Like, you have to understand what you're posting, what you're saying, because your words have power. Things like that.
And if you don't know, don't post it.
Don't post it. Just teach yourself. It's okay.
Because you can post it, guess what, in 24 hours.
Just
tomorrow. You can post it in an hour.
Take a month to learn.
Go and search up what you're like trying to tell people, because you know what? If it says, yes, like I'm talking to you about the US election, and then the next, you swipe over to the next page and they say, LOL jokes. But guess what? You didn't swipe. You didn't swipe. No, you know what? They're talking about their favorite McDonald's meal on the next page. They're not talking anything about that. You don't know anything because you didn't read it.
Exactly.
So guess who looks like the clown?
And also, our climate is always changing. Like, for example, with the Ethiopian issue, I tried to tread lightly on who I blame. Right? Of course, I know who to blame. It's like we have external forces that influence what's happening in our country. But I try to tread lightly because it's so hard to tell who it is. Because today could be this person, then the next person, wait, it's this leader that's actually... So I have to like be really careful about who I put the blame on. You know what I mean?
Especially political
Especially political things.
Political is so hard to talk about.
Should you post your...
Political views?
Political views, but like, should you post your judgment, so your conclusion, or should you post the information and let people, like for example, in your position where you put out informative posts or put out stuff that educate people on it, are you including your conclusions on that?
It's all biased.
Are you just giving information? Because the fact that Loz agrees with something makes me want to agree with it.
Because
you know it. That's sort of, I guess,
bias.
It changes the way I look at it. So are you supposed to put your view out there as well, or should it just be information? Minus the venting part of things. Like don't include venting. Venting is whatever.
But just objectively.
Exactly.
I feel like conclusion with evidence is okay. But you also have to leave space for people to have their say too.
Criticism. And people struggle with criticism. Not everyone is going to agree with your conclusion, opinion, whatever it is. And I think that going into it, this is the thing, going into sharing something that does have a conclusion or a definitive answer, like you need to understand criticism is coming whether you like it or not. So you better be prepared. You better be prepared 100%. to be criticized against. And that's okay. It's okay for people to have different opinions, because if everybody thought the same, we wouldn't have these issues. You know? So I feel like it's okay. I agree. I think it's okay. But I think you need to be prepared for backlash because that's what comes with the territory.
And it's like also no one knows the one conclusion to anything.
Nope.
Because it's like
you
all
don't.
just no one knows.
You never know what's happening behind the scenes.
And you can't with your chest be like, I'm right, you're wrong.
What's the point of that?
No,
No, and it's a lot of the things is biased. The things that you're searching up are biased.
Your research.
Your feed is biased.
Because
Even when you search it up, it's biased because it'll come up with whatever you've been searching prior to this or you've been talking about prior to this comes up first. So when you're talking about like bad things that Trump has done, of course it's going to come up with like the bad things that he's done. But then it also isn't coming up with the bad things that all the opposing people are doing. And it's up to you.
It makes you. I want to make a conclusion out of it.
No, go do.
It makes you think. The way we are biased to our own, or the people that we support and look at as very wise and influential and all that type of stuff. Can we now blame other people for being biased of people that are like them? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think you can blame people.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame people either.
You can criticize, but I don't think you can blame.
Because like no one ever sees the whole picture.
Because
like,
louder.
If we see the whole picture, we'll know who to blame.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
But like the people who are actually in control of everything don't want you to see the whole picture, so they're gonna portray half of one narrative, half of another narrative.
You have to always assume that you don't know anything. Like you know nothing.
Like everything's a scam.
Everything is a scam.
We've
How
talked
paranoid
about
are
that.
we?
go listen to that.
Yeah, go listen to that episode. Everything's a scam.
If anyone who's over 18 that's been taking shots for every single plug, I'm so sorry. This is your 8th glass of wine. I'm so sorry. Take a water break. But like for real, it's everything needs to be taken with a large grain of salt. Large
Fat grain of salt.
very much clump of salt. Because
Like, fill yourself with sodium, guys.
yeah. It's
Sodium.
if you're watching your salt intake, stop that. It's not it. Like, but seriously.
But then our feeds, I feel like that's where social media can be like, it's like a con of it. That it literally curates everything to what you like.
And you think that you're in control.
Exactly,
You're not.
You're not.
You're not in control.
Your feed is controlling you.
Yep. Stop.
Seeing exactly what they're. That's why, because to maximize the time that you spend on it, they're obviously going to give you stuff that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they don't make money.
I don't know if people. I don't know if people watch the Social Dilemma.
That Social Dilemma.
If you haven't,
watch it.
Netflix. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Basically, someone changed the passcode on their Netflix, so I can't really access it no
So
more.
sorry. So sorry.
I'm still using the Netflix of the guy that I used to talk to a very long time ago.
Ooh, that's real tea.
No, but his girlfriend is so lovely and he's so lovely, and thank you so much, Xavier, for letting me use it.
Bless.
Plug.
Hey, Xavier, give me your password as well, man.
The way I have my own profile.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm the
with confidence.
G. But for real, I feel like I just feel like you don't know the whole picture.
You don't know the whole picture.
And you are naive to think that your social media is not curated.
Yeah.
But also, and if you listen to my podcast, which I don't think it's up anymore because I took down a lot of them, but you would have heard that I said that your social feed, you do control some of it.
Yeah.
And people forget that. You can follow and unfollow whoever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Literally.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Whoever you want.
You know the way that people put energy. I'm like, you can hit unfollow.
Just right
You
now.
no, you actually
You can
can
know
block.
what?
I actually messaged people. Instagram, shout out to y'all. They put a feature called remove. You can just remove people. You can just remove. You don't have to block them.
No.
Remove.
Guess what? You literally go into your following. I'm not kidding. And this is what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, this person is trying to pick a fight with me.
Yeah.
I love you as a person, but like, it's clear that my social media is too polarizing for you.
Yeah.
And that is okay.
Yeah.
That is
That's
so
okay.
fine.
Oh,
But-
your followers,
Yeah. And so I literally was just like,
Right thing.
I just removed them.
Yeah.
You attempted
I
to like
just
hit
removed
remove
I
right
didn't
now.
block them. You're like,
That's a good
we about to do
Hey,
unfollow free.
right now.
Everybody, if you're
Yeah.
being followed by, if you're following Josh,
Yeah.
check now because you may not.
Yeah. There's also version.
Mute.
You can mute them. You can just shut them right up.
Guess what? For mental peace of mind.
Yes.
If you love somebody but you don't want the drama and you just don't feel like their content vibes with you, mute
it.
Mute them, remove them,
right
whatever
now.
you need to do.
100%.
Because guess what? Only you can look out for you.
Yeah.
And it is customizable to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think whatever controls that you do have within your power, use those tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking on Instagram activism, this is kind of beyond Instagram, but you guys have heard of Sean King?
I haven't.
Sean King.
I feel like, go on.
Okay, I have to show you.
Pivotal figure.
Yeah, pivotal figure.
On
Like,
Instagram.
Not me being a phony.
people are like questioning his blackness, but I don't know. It's not about that. But
It's not about that.
Bruh, questioning your blackness.
Oh, he made
Something
it
I
private.
very much feel.
Sean King.
Wow.
So what do you do?
Okay.
Basically, he's an activist in
Not
America.
him on private.
And he's really closely related to like most of victims of family. Wait, let me just get
The word.
families
Family
of the victims of police brutality.
Yeah.
We got
Okay,
that, yo.
so basically, he's been called out by like other activists because he's earning a lot of money from his activism. And so I think it was Tamir Rice's mother. She was working with him.
Yeah.
She was saying like he took some money that he wasn't meant to, promised that he would do something else with it. But he's like, no, I didn't do that. But anyways, the main point people are making is, should activists make money off?
It's the same energy as like, should churches? Because I feel like that question gets thrown around a lot. I think that if it's your predominant job,
Like that's what you're doing.
and that like, because even non-for-profit have to somewhat make money.
World Vision's making bank, by the way.
Oh, bank.
This is your reminder to look into where you donate.
Look
Yeah.
into it.
Big
How you gonna
reminder.
spend more money on
Look
marketing than
into
actually
it.
helping the
Big
people?
reminder.
Know yourself.
Please do your research.
You're
when you
donating to
can.
people who are actually causing harm.
And it's okay. And
This
it's
is
okay. And it's okay if you've done it before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's and sometimes we do blindly. But that's just my 2 cents.
You know what? I think controversial opinion
Yeah.
Please.
This is
World
our viral
Vision?
moment. This is our viral moment. Let's
World
go.
Vision.
is
Let's go.
is like
Fight.
a body of performative activism.
Facts. I think
pretty
it's
sure-
That's not too controversial.
I'm pretty sure that's in the Bible at this point. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's the word of God.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I
for
feel
sure.
like World Vision is a tool of oppression. That's all I'm gonna say.
Woo!
I feel like it's something that's
Okay.
made
Fighting
to
words.
seem like it's helping people, but
not.
it's a tool of oppression.
They take more than they give.
Yeah.
Here's my 2 cents. Money makes the world go round.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important to don't go in with like a naive look in the world.
Yeah.
Because if you just think that everything is just good in the world and whatever,
Yeah.
you are going to get burnt
Yeah.
by that thought. So I think that it's okay to go with that. I think that that's fine.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're not like they could be using the money because they get millions.
Potentially billions at this point.
Like y'all could be using it to help the community at large, but like you helping one or two, like you're not giving them the resources.
TLC, the seats for culture. Remember that, never forget it. Yeah.